The situation surrounding Nnamdi Kanu's trial has taken another dramatic turn, and what is unfolding right now is pulling the attention of the entire country. As many people already know, the recent judgment delivered by Justice Omotosho has continued to generate reactions from every angle. But today the focus is on the strong response coming from the legal side, particularly from one lawyer who has openly pointed out what he calls fatal errors in the judgment. And as we go into this deeply, please remember to like this video and subscribe, because everything we are breaking down right now is important, detailed, and happening in real time. The reason this matter is drawing so much attention is not only because Nnamdi Kanu is a well-known figure in Nigeria's political space, but because any mistake in a high-profile trial sends a message across the entire justice system. People want to know whether the law was followed properly or whether corners were cut in ways that could affect the final outcome. And as I go into the key details, make sure you tap the like button and subscribe, because we need more people hearing these facts in a clean and simple way. According to the lawyer who reviewed the judgment, one of the biggest issues he highlighted was the question of fair hearing. In any legal system, fair hearing is not optional. It is a constitutional right. The lawyer explained that he believes certain parts of the trial did not give Kanu the full opportunity to present his arguments, respond to claims, or challenge every piece of evidence at the appropriate time. He described this as a serious issue because once the right to fair hearing is affected, it can weaken the entire judgment, no matter how well the rest of the trial was conducted. Another point he raised was about the legal basis used in the judgment. He pointed out that some aspects of the charges may have relied on laws or sections that he believes were no longer active. Now, this is important because any court must base its decisions strictly on laws that are active and applicable. Using outdated or invalid sections, even by mistake, creates what lawyers call a fatal error, an error strong enough to overturn the decision during an appeal. And as we continue breaking this down, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more easy-to-understand updates. He also mentioned concerns about how some of the evidence was treated. According to him, certain materials referenced in the judgment were not officially part of the charges laid before the court. If a court relies on something that the accused person was not originally informed about, that raises serious questions. The accused must always know the case being presented against them. If new facts or evidence appear without proper process, the defense may not have a chance to respond. This, again, is something the lawyer believes is a major flaw in the judgment. In addition to these legal arguments, he also touched on the earlier stages of the case, including situations where decisions from higher courts were said to have been overlooked or handled in a way that could create contradictions. He stressed that once an appellate court has made a ruling, it must be followed strictly at the trial level. Any deviation becomes a ground for appeal, and as we go deeper, please click like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps you connected to more detailed reports. One emotional part of the lawyer speaking was when he described how many people are watching this case closely. Not because they support one side or the other, but because the outcome of this case will affect how Nigerians view the justice system. He explained that in high-profile cases like this, everything must be extremely transparent. The steps taken, the procedures followed, the rulings given, all these must be clear, consistent, and aligned with the Constitution. Otherwise, people lose confidence. And as always, be sure to like this video as we continue. Another issue he raised was about jurisdiction. Jurisdiction tells you whether the court hearing a case is the right one empowered by law to handle the matter. If a court does not have proper jurisdiction, every step it takes becomes invalid. So when the lawyer pointed out possible jurisdiction problems, he was essentially saying that even if all other parts of the case were correct, the entire process could still be set aside on appeal if jurisdiction was not properly established from the beginning. If you are listening so far, please hit the like button and subscribe. This helps more people get informed. The lawyer also expressed concerns about how some motions were handled. He said there were instances where important motions that should have been addressed before moving forward were either dismissed too quickly or not given enough weight. In legal practice, motions are serious steps that often determine how the rest of the case will proceed. If a major motion is not treated with due care, it becomes another reason for an appeal. These are the kinds of issues the lawyer described as fatal, meaning they strike at the very foundation of the judgment. As he continued speaking, he said the team plans to challenge the judgment through a well-detailed appeal. He emphasized that the appeal will not be based on emotions or public reaction, but on pure legal grounds. He said they will present every point, every document, and every procedural concern before the appellate court. He also said the goal is simple: to demonstrate that the trial was not conducted according to the Constitution. And while discussing this, he also called for calm among members of the public. He reminded everyone that the legal process is the best place to challenge any judgment, not the streets, not violence, and not misinformation. And while we continue with this gist, please like the video and subscribe if you haven't yet. Another thing he talked about is how long this matter has lasted. From the early days of the case up until now, it has been many years of hearings, adjournments, rulings, and appeals. He said that the long duration of the case is one more reason why every step must be done correctly. People have waited for so long, and this final stage must reflect fairness, accuracy, and legal correctness. He also explained how the appeal process works. When appealing a judgment like this, the legal team must file a notice of appeal that lists all errors they believe the trial court made. Each error must be backed with legal authorities' documents and sections of the Constitution. The appellate court will then study everything, review the trial record, and decide whether the judgment will stand or be set aside. As he talked about this, he said something very important. Appealing a judgment does not mean disrespecting the court. Instead, it is a normal process built into the justice system to ensure fairness and correction of mistakes. And as we continue the gist, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Another interesting part of the lawyer's breakdown was when he talked about the implications of this judgment beyond Nnamdi Kanu himself. He said that other cases across the country could use this judgment as reference. So if there were errors in this judgment, it could negatively influence other cases if not corrected. And that is why he believes the appeal will also serve Nigeria's legal system as a whole, not just one individual. He also spoke about the emotional reactions coming from the public. Many people have different views about Kanu. Some support him strongly, others strongly disagree with his methods. But the lawyer said that regardless of personal opinion, everyone must want a justice system that is correct and fair. He said if the law works properly for one person today, it will work properly for everyone tomorrow. As we move ahead, tap the like button and subscribe. The lawyer also talked about how the international community is watching. Many observers around the world monitor Nigeria's high-profile cases. They look at how our courts respect human rights, how due process is followed, and how judgments are delivered. He believes this judgment will go through serious international scrutiny as well, especially during the appeal, and that is why everything must be handled carefully, professionally, and transparently. As the gist continues, we also look at the wider impact in Nigeria. The case has affected conversations about security, governance, public trust, and community frustration. Many people in the Southeast believe the case reflects deeper issues, while others argue that national security must be prioritized. But the lawyer said the goal is not to divide the country further. The goal is to ensure that justice is done correctly so that whatever the decision is, people can accept it peacefully. He rounded up by saying that the team is ready, the grounds for appeal are strong, and the next steps will reveal everything. And as we wait for those steps, we must remain calm, patient, and committed to truth, not fear or anger. And before we continue even deeper into the extended background and future possibilities, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you won't miss any updates.